Hi, my name is Stephanie. I'm a software developer based in Baltimore. And in this video, we're going to set up a Java IDE on a Mac so you can develop with Java on your local computer. IDE basically stands for Integrated Development Environment. And it's just a piece of software where you can edit, build and run, and debug your code in one place. The IDE we're going to install is IntelliJ. And so by the end of this video, you'll be able to install and navigate IntelliJ on your own computer, as well as write and run some Java code. Now, I opened up a web browser and I went directly to JetBrains.com. They're the creator of IntelliJ. And if I scroll down, I can see a link to go to it. From here, there's a link to the downloads page. So I'm just going to go ahead and click download. And what's nice is that they already know that I'm on a Mac. If you also want to download for Windows or Linux, they're also here as well. So I have two options here. I can either pick the Ultimate version or the Community version. And as a first-time user, I would rather focus on the core functionality, so I'm going to go with the Community version. Plus, it's free. It's going to take a bit of time for it to download. So with the power of editing, I am just going to fast forward through this. Now, if you're following along on your own computer, feel free to pause this video at any time so you can catch up. All right, so now that the file is finished downloading, I'm going to go ahead and click on it so it can start the installation. I'm going to go ahead and copy this over to the applications folder so that whenever we close out, it'll be really easy to find and open back up again. So now let's go to Launchpad and open our application. And now this message here asks us if we want to open the application, and yeah, we sure do. And here they ask us if we want to import any preset settings that we have. Since this is our first installation and I don't have anything that I do want to come in with, so we're just going to click OK. And this next message asks us if we're okay with sharing data about our application usage. They really just take this data to see what features we use and what features we don't use, just to be able to identify what's helpful to us. Whether you choose one or the other, there's not going to be a difference in your experience. Now here's the fun part, choosing how it looks. I personally like dark mode just because I find it's a bit easier on my eyes than a light mode. And there are also more settings that you can configure here. I'm just going to go ahead and go with whatever defaults that they recommend just so that we can focus on the core functionality and skip remaining and set the defaults. Since this is our very first project, we're going to go and select Create New Project. And here, there's not really much else that we need to configure. And here, they actually have two options for us available. I would like to just show what it's like just to start from scratch. And in your later projects, you can choose either of these options if you'd like. And we're going to name this Hello World. Here they're telling me that the folder that I'm trying to put the project in doesn't exist, but they are offering to create the folder for me, so yes, I will accept. Thank you. Here's the project that we just set up, and on the left panel you can see a whole bunch of folders and files that lay out the structure of our project. Now let's create a package inside the source folder, which is where we are going to hold our code. And let's do a right click or two-finger click on the source folder. And let's go to New and Package. Let's go ahead and call our package Hello World. And now you can see that the Hello World package was created under the source folder. And inside Hello World, we are going to create a new Java class. Let's be original and name our Java class Hello World. And it does a little bit of basic setup for us where it defines a package as well as create the Hello World class. This panel that the file opened up into is called the editor, and this is where all the magic happens. And you can go in and modify your code however you want in any file within your project directory. All right, the part we're all waiting for. How does it work? So let's go ahead and make our first method, and it'll be our main driver method. In the spirit of our Hello World project, we'll go ahead and tell it to print out Hello World. Next, in order to save the files, we go up here to File and then Save All. Next to Save All is the shortcut for saving all of your files whenever you make a modification. So next time, you actually don't even need to go up to File and Save All. You can just press Command S simultaneously and it'll save the files for you. Next, we want to run the project, and this part will build and execute our code for us in one step. So we go up to our menu and click Run and Run. And we just want to select that the main method that we want to run is inside the Hello World. And down here at the bottom, you can see the status of the compilation step. And as soon as it's finished compiling successfully, then it'll execute the code. Hot dog, we see the Hello World output. I also want to point out that there's a green button on the left that will let you rerun your code that you can use as well. And you might have noticed as I was typing earlier that there were autocomplete suggestions, and you're more than welcome to use those. Printing out a statement is sout, so you just type in sout and then press enter, and then it fills it in for you. If you are new to Java though, you may want to consider typing it out explicitly first so that it at least becomes muscle memory. Now let's go ahead and save it and run it, and then we can see the second print statement. Let's go ahead and play off of this example and make another method, and we'll call it test method. We're also going to do another simple print statement, but the difference is that we're going to actually purposely put in a couple of errors. And you can also see that the editor is already on top of these syntax errors by underlining the parts with issues in red. Now, just for kicks, let's go ahead and try to save and run the code. Taking a look at our build output, it's telling us that there's actually an error on line 4 at the 10th character, and there's even a handy error message telling us that we are missing a return type. We can also see that there's an error on line 5, and it's that we're missing a semicolon. So let's head back to our code and fix up these errors, and also put in a statement to run the test method, and we'll run this again. Would you look at that? It works. Now there's one last thing I wanted to show you. If you close out of the project, you'll be directed back to the beginning page where you could create a new project. We'll go ahead and press Configure and go to Plugins. Plugins are just additional features that you can install onto IntelliJ to enhance your experience. So there's this one plugin in particular. It's called IDE Features Trainer, and it has a lot of helpful tips as well as a more in-depth walkthrough and guide about all the available shortcuts and features that you can use to make your developing easier. Anyways, that's all I've got, and I wish you all the best with your installation. Good luck!